Nightmare on 34th Street, A Christmas Grotesque by Geordie McElroy, Part 2. Portia hosted at Koopman's Cafe, a rich, aggressive bunch, Muffy Von Klump and Luz de la Cruz, these the ladies who lunch. Delish, this dish, simply divine. Bold, boreal terroir, caribou tartare, pine resin wine, chowing down reindeer raw. Tell me where you found your Santa. The line is out the door. Parents love him, kids terrified, and they keep coming back for more. Oh, him? He's Koopman's special sauce. Says his name is Ruprecht. Your glass snow globe is filled with dough. The man commands respect. A parent lugged her screaming child. Ruprecht hushed in his ear. Then youngin' turned to sickly shade, silent, quaking with fear. Mercedes, won't you see to Alfonso, Luz's newly adopted son, fresh from Mali, or was it Malawi? Some dump from whence he comes. Go take him to Christmas Village to sit on Ruprecht's lap. Mercedes cried, "That's not Santa Claus. He doesn't wear a patch." Portia feigned shame before the gals. Mercedes don't talk back. Alfonso doesn't know any better. Santa is handicapped. I always wanted to adopt, open my heart and home. I've got that idiot Izzy, won't move out, full grown. Oh yes, said Muffy. Isidore. We caught his performance. A shame he soiled your parade and lost those endorsements. Luz pointed to the globe and said, charity has two forms. The kind I have for Alfonso. The other type performs. Dunn stewed in silent apartment. Countless beer cans crushed, a Christmas tree 13 years dead, ornaments cloaked in dust. He stared at Portia Koopman's name and cleaned his .22, perused surveillance photographs, silencer clockwise screwed. Dunn studied the plans for the store, swigged down peppermint schnapps. No sense in procrastination when assassins are cops. Dunn got a call from Foot Patrol, the North Star life raft found in a sewer deep beneath city streets in Koopman's part of town. Dunn saddled up and slugged down rum, 140 proof cologne, heading down to Portia's store, kill two birds with one stone. Izzy hung out in the warehouse. These were his type of folk. Honest work from sweat of the brow, clearly thought him a joke. Yep, I'm working security, keep this ship sailing smooth. Justice is still my obsession, and schooling youths with truths. The crew were busy with boxes, had no time for lectures, ignored the owner's son babble, his trust fund conjectures. Peralt came down from HR on a search for Izzy, wanting to speak about Ruprecht. Excuse me, are you busy? What do you think of Santa Claus? I have my suspicions. Hired outside proper channels despite my opposition? We haven't done a background check. Can Ruprecht work with kids? That patch won't make him handicapped, despite what Portia thinks. Izzy nodded in agreement. I'll launch an inquiry and get his drug test by tomorrow. I have my ways. You'll see. Noelle emerged from a box unseen, had to take it in twice. Forklifts, boxes, shelves, and ladders. This must be paradise. So much brighter than the lighthouse, so much warmer than her cell. This was the place, warehouse heaven, through store doors conveyed on belt. The lights so bright, displays dazzling, glimmering fantasies, surpassing all her North Pole dreams. Everything seen, she seized. Noelle grabbed a cashmere sweater, brownies, bagels, cookies, with no idea what money was. Soon everyone was looking. She snagged some boots and a wide brim hat, shoved her mouth with meringues, Portia spotted the burlapped waif on walkie-talkie rang. "Come in, Izzy. Izzy, come in. We need security. There's poor children in Christmas Village, and please keep it discreet." Izzy emerged from the staff room, stashed the urine sample, clocked Noel and made a beeline. Children, in between, trampled. Just then, Dunn arrived at Koopman's on Secret Santa quest, followed Portia through corridor, an uninvited guest. Dunn was cool, calm, professional. No sound of hammer click. Just about to pull the trigger when Noel screamed, "Saint Nick!" Dunn turned around for a moment, took his eyes from target. The time he looked around again, the elevator door shut. Then Dunn saw the seal-furred figure. His sights fell on the patch. The missing man from Ghost Ship found? Were he and Portia attached? How was he connected with Koopman's? Who was this girl shouting? What was Secret Santa's purpose? Like that, Dunn was doubting. Then Noel tried to cut Rupert's line. "I have to tell St. Nick," but Izzy grabbed her by the curls, dragged her outside, quick. "Come back when you have money. It costs in this village. Moolah, cash, coin, or platinum. Raised through work, fraud, pillage." Izzy threw Noel to the curb. "That's the fool from the parade." Portia demoted him right then to Night Watchman Brigade. Dunn disappeared on 34th Street, melted into the crowd. How was everything tied in here? Time to unravel Shroud. Noel wandered through City Park, searched high and low for cash, stumbled upon a wishing well, shattered ice with a splash. Noel filled her burlap with pennies, must be worth a fortune. Her treasure so shiny and bright, shadows fell on the orphan. A gang of urchins gathered round. "What are you doing on our turf? This is street rat territory, you rotten brat." The nerve. They were a filthy, desperate lot, with hair spiked up in mud. Their cut-off vests displayed their crew, with war paint made of crud. "I need to get my hands on cash. I need to see St. Nick. I've got something he has to see. Will these coins make me rich?" "Listen up, you ignorant kid. That bum is not St. Nick. Only fools believe in that dreck. Is your skull extra thick? Do you see all those protesters? Each in suits of red?" Noel dazzled by countless Santas, each wishing Rupert dead. Street rats led her into the sewers, down into secret lair. "We're about to wake you from slumber. We'll school you because we care. There is no Saint Nick or Santa. There is only one God. It goes by the name of money. It runs this ball of sod. Everyone's stealing all the time. No point in refusal. Everyone running a con or scam, grift, finesse, bamboozle. They do it all for a dollar bill. The core, the foundation. It can buy happiness and love. It can buy salvation. Dunn called Federal Agent Jones to return a favor, deep file dive into Portia, find any cause to slay her. "Well, if it isn't Lieutenant Dunn," Ivy Jones said. "Are you still protecting the city? Is community dead? By now you would have been running things, our highest-ranking Fed. But rather than joining us here, you stayed local instead." Just then, Jones realized her misstep. Of course, Christmas season. This was not Dunn's time for shining. The man had his reasons. Agent Jones discovered sealed file on Portia Koopman, opened up the buried folder, revelations blooming. Oh my, this is interesting. She was once a witness, entered protective custody before the retail business. A Eurovision wannabe from backwater Ukraine. Her boyfriend Nick, a Volga thug, before relations strained. Got his start as a smuggler. Caviar, blue jeans, arms. Then he turned to Slavic magic, hypnosis, conjuring, charms. Things took a turn towards darkness. Business interests morphine. Portia flipped. She ran, fearing his new obsession. orphans. His whereabouts mysterious, gave Interpol the slip. Only she can ID him now, the shadow called Saint Nick. The street rats led Noel underground, deep forgotten station, where city trash and refuse spewed, and death's stench vacations. Above their heads a frescoed dome, a starry night fading, village of tents along stone floor, trash can fires blazing. They brought Noel to meet their chief, Queen Dolores the Great. Noel knew this girl from somewhere. She recognized her face. Dolores? Noel inquired. Remy told us you died. He said you were buried in the marsh for failure to comply. Dolores took Noel aside. I know where you have been. I have a tattoo from St. Nick's too. Escaped at age of 10. The street rats think St. Nick's a lie. Tell me, what do you say? Who runs the Lighthouse School for Girls? To whose icon did we pray? Noel plunked down, her head in her hands. It's all so confusing. Who are all those Santas outside protesting at Koopman's? I can't make sense of this new world. What's with money's appeal? Why does everyone seem so mean? Is Saint Nick even real? Of course he's real, you stupid kid. The coldest thug in town. He uses that name to fool buffoons. Listen, I'll break it down. Every one of us is programmed, taught what to think, believe. Saint Nick already been sold to us. We're set to be deceived. They've been lying to you for years now. You're so near completion, and Nick needs you for his potion of fat and gland secretions. Terrible plans for orphan girls. He feeds on tender flesh. He slurps the life from out their veins, drained until nothing's left. Dunn entered Museum of Hands. Coroner in the lobby. Thank you for meeting me down here. Sometimes memory foggy. They slunk into the sub-basement where priceless parts were kept, past corridors with glowing floors and damp catacomb depths. Saw prosthetic silver arm, lonely hand of glory. The lantern made of a hanged man mitt makes thieves unseen the story. They passed a mercenary fist. Lost made iron gauntlet. What seemed to be a yeti paw, subtle, didn't flaunt it. This is what I called you for, coroner said and stopped. He motioned to a filigreed case, popped locks and opened box. Last we spoke I was mistaken about the strange M.O. Once before seen flesh turn carbon. As captains, here you go. There they found a hand like onyx, every inch of it black. Fist of coal, 1393, engraved upon bronze plaque. Discovered in a Ural marsh where east and west connect. After thaw on coldest year, victim of necked Ruprecht. Blood splattered on Ruprecht's seal fur. Take that, you terrorist! Activists infiltrated Koopman's, cheered by their therapist. Ruprecht's seal was covered in carnage. No, not even a blink, just smiled and licked off his lips. It's much worse than you think. Perrault sat across from Ruprecht in the staff locker room. I'd like to discuss your employment. We'll get your furs back soon. Ruprecht was dressed in his loincloth, covered in strange tattoos, Scythian beasts, curses, runes, squatting with narwhal flute. Do you have a job history, references of which to speak, papers to work in this country? Are you some kind of freak? We're gonna need a urine test. Last one deemed phony. Enough amanita in you to kill a Shetland pony. Down at the stable's a problem. Ponies, horses missing. Predator escaped from the zoo. Wolves seeking provisions. Curious footprints found in snow. Boots about size 13. Ranch hands spotted an old man at night. In furs of seal he's seen. They said they've watched him disappear with horses in the park, but lost their trail among the oaks, melting into the dark. Does that mean Sniffles is gone? Mercedes asked through tears. Steve Koopman comforted her. A new horse for you this year. Done at the bar with coroner. How does it all connect? So what do you make of that hand in this name, Necht Ruprecht? Done begun. Someone knows the tale. They're trying to spread terror. No way the suspect was alive in a medieval era. Culprit certain, Saint Nick knows too. They're using old world legends, the kind you learn around the fire, feared by witless peasants. So you think it's a rival gang moving in on Saint Nick's ground? For sure, and they're using psyops to wear their rivals down. But how is old Patcheye involved? That creeper from Koopman's? He calls himself Ruprecht. Some whacked out delusion? Dunn got up, questioned coroner. What's the appeal, this case? Because it's homicide, not a fatal mistake. Dunn asked, why do you play the game? Why rule snuffs accidental? Like you, I'm indebted to crew. Can we speak confidential? Lowlifes pestered my babushka. Let's keep this between us. They wound up exterminated, just like Joe Martinez. All in all, Noel had been fed everything ever taught. 10,000 hours, all were lies, rot adding up to squat. Street rats schooled Noelle on hustles, the 5-finger discount, master class on picking pockets. Soon she netted amounts. Street rats out on the sidewalk above, taped hands double-sided, dipped in coin cups the hungry shook. Indeed, God provided. Dolores favored restaurant scene, victimized luncheon crowd, too self-involved to notice her, too vapid, dull, and proud. Under tables picking purses, by high heels she found them. The gals too busy competing to see what's around them. All of this money is chump change. We're after the biggest score. The glass snow globe filled up with cash at Koopman's department store. That seems wrong, Noel insisted. Why? It's for charity. We're cutting out the middleman and leaky bucket fee. Caring will get you killed, they said. Forget all you've been told. Only a sucker has mercy. You've got to be ice cold. Inside Koopman's Christmas village, parents lined up with kids. Ruprecht knew their hopes, dreams, and fears, each wicked thing they did. That's not Santa, Sally pouted, walking past snow globe cash, her knees knocking in terror. He doesn't wear a patch. That's not Santa, Billy cried out. St. Nick's not that shriveled, supposed to be fat and jolly, not gloomy and grizzled. One by one, they sat on his lap, knew everything hidden. Ruprecht could see into their souls, each misdeed committed. Sally, 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 my dear, the wicked things you've done, the broken toys hid from your friends, and tattletales you've sung. Billy, I know about the pole, mailboxes and the bat. I know about the fireworks taped to tail of Tabby Cat. Peralta observed from the shadows. Portia wouldn't listen. Money in the snow globe added up, but so did his suspicions. Dunn went down to Folklore Archive to sift through antique books, to lift the veil from Necht Ruprecht. Through scrolls and tomes he looked. He stumbled on a folio composed by Sami sages. There he found a charcoal image tucked between the pages. Necht Ruprecht, a deathless shaman, demon or pagan god, an ancient elemental force, the seal fur's just facade. Legend holds Ruprecht is is evil depends upon your path. If his only goal is justice, which kind falls to his wrath? He's called a hermit crab spirit from frozen depths of hell. He needs someone righteous and pure, a shell in which to dwell. As Dunn was caught up researching, Sergeant Cole sauntered in. Through locked door of that Dunn was sure, but how could that have been? Quit looking through books. Do your job. Don't think about it twice. By tolling of Christmas bells, Portia Koopman on ice. Remember, mutual benefit in this game between us. Your Secret Santa deserves death, just like Joe Martinez. Perrault kept an eye on Ruprecht through Park Reach's rundown, where only perverts and crazies dared go after sundown. He hunted Ruprecht to Hollow Oak, but there he lost the track. He stared into the fusty hole, but all he saw pitch black. He sparked his lighter, entered in, graffiti, broken glass, horseshoes, bridles, and bones piled up, an altar towards the back. Then suddenly there was movement behind pony carcass. Perrault's Zippo snuffed out, leaving only darkness. That night, the street rats made their move, tunneled into Koopman's. From down below, only they would know the route that they were using. They set their sights on glass snow globe, filled up with Koopman's cash. They didn't know they weren't alone. Izzy guarded the stash. Noel knocked into ornaments, awoke the dozing guard, gave feeble chase to street rat crew, impeded by his lard. The agile thieves slipped down a drain, into sewers descend. Izzy made a vow then and there, never outrun again. Dunn sat in stifling office, up at Central Station, the most tedious part of his job, the psych evaluation. Well, Lieutenant, I'm glad you're here, Dr. Adler told him. Dunn answered, do I have a choice? Those feelings, let's unfold them. I'm sure this season must be tough, considering the facts. Losing your wife and child some 13 Christmases past. Just some routine questions to ask. What is it you're thinking when Christmas rolls around again? And have you been drinking? Nope, said Dunn. Clean as a whistle. Not so much as a sniff. All of those troubles behind me. There's so much life to live. Adler asked Dunn if he could try a cutting-edge technique, a brand new form of hypnosis, behind the curtain peak. You can give a try, said Dunn. Unlikely I'll respond. Immune to suggestion's power. Do your best. Carry on. With that, Adler produced his jade, medallion pendant hung. Listen to the sound of my voice. From side to side it swung. Dunn followed jade and doctor, soothing voice of Adler. I'd like to hear what's going on. Tell me what's the matter. Dunn melted into space and time, spinning through the seasons. What storm is brewing in your head? Reveal all your reasons. I've taken out cannibal chefs and playground revealers, torturers, creeps, and poisoners, a couple orphan dealers. But this year there's something different. I pulled a civilian. Portia Koopman's got no record. Why go and kill her then? Each and every Secret Santa, rotten motherfuckers. Each and every deserving death. We deliver justice. I know that's how the game is played. Names there for a reason. If you make Secret Santa list, this is your last season. Dr. Adler leaned in closely. You know what must be done. Try to add creativity, and why not make it fun? This is Portia Koopman's last year. She's your Secret Santa. Don't trouble your mind with the why, only that it happens. Dunn nodded his head agreeing. I know the debt I owe. He failed to see someone listening, Sergeant Cole in the shadows. Portia lunched with Muffy and Luz down at Koopman's Cafe. Von Klump dropped quick verbal dump. African adoptees passe. This season is all about cripples. I fostered a girl. She can't walk or talk, only gawk. But my, how her wheelchair swirls. Ladies, meet my new daughter, Beth. With Nanny, in she rolled. Mercedes, why don't you take her to see the North Pole? Mercedes glided Beth to Ruprecht, stuck with nowhere to go, terrified by the fur-clad man who stared with eye of coal. Portia seethed with furious rage. How dare they show her up? She was twice as charitable as Luz or Muffy von Klump. Izzy rolled on down to the pound, seeking out a savage. Thieves won't best him again, not with a dog's advantage. There were mutts and strays and mongrels, each rattier than the last. Tiny dogs with faces like hogs. Cage on cage Izzy passed. He entered the deepest recess, home of sorriest lot, past some with mange and canines strange. Time to pull out all stops. Do you have any man-eaters? Any bull-bone breakers? This one mauled a postal worker. Name's Killer. I'll take her. Portia arrived at the group home, seeking charity case. Do you have any less homely? Just look at this one's face. Do you have any with curls, or maybe some dimples? Pubescent is a non-starter, no onion stench or pimples. Can't be seen with unsightly kid. Bad for reputation. My charity should go with me. Quiet coordination. Lady, you can't shop for children. I beg to disagree. Adoptees all the rage this season. The top accessory. Dolores gathered the street rats. We do the heist tonight. We're heading back into Koopman's. This time we get it right. We can't wait another evening. The globe is full at last. The orphan caught sight of steel, the flash of knife stashed. What are you doing with that thing? Noelle asked the leader. This time if the guard tries to stop us, see if he's a bleeder. No, cried Noelle. We can't use blades. We're there for the dollars. I will never be caged again. In pain, their queen hollered. We need to head somewhere warmer. Take the money and run. Nothing bad ever happened beneath Florida sun. Midnight, Dunn arrived at the park, found corpse covered in snow, just like the captain turned to Cole. Identical M.O. Were you able to make ID? Name on license, Perrault. Also found his wallet and drug test off the charts. This fellow here spotted our man while on a bench sleeping, following some fur-clad figure through ancient grove creeping. The witness might have been liquored, but swears it wasn't human. Here's card found in victim's pocket. He heads HR for Koopman's. That night, Izzy, silent, waiting, with Killer on the chain. The street rats made their entrance through other hidden drain. The guard watched the manhole cover. They came in once before, but Killer started whining low, signaling to the door. But Izzy wouldn't heed her call, his focus laser sharp. But once the dog caught the scent, no way to call her off. The street rats approached glass snow globe, charity tabernacle. With snapping jaws and bloodshot eyes, Killer broke her shackles. The beast ran right for the street rats. Before the thieves could blink, Noelle didn't know what to do, with zero time to think. Killer's jaws were set on her friend, Noelle forced to action. Those teeth would have tore Dolores without her distraction. Killer, now dead set on Noelle, the orphan all alone. She gave the others time to flee, only escape the globe. Noelle squeezed and wiggled inside, the jaws clashing on glass. But now Noelle was stuck within, a prisoner held fast. Noelle saw countless reflections, multiplied confusions. There was not one bill in here, the charity, an illusion. Portia stood with Steve Koopman in the shoplifter's cell, across from Izzy and Killer and terrified Noelle. I found her in the Charity Globe. I caught her red-handed. She's leader of a syndicate. Weeks this heist they've planned it. I searched her and found this matchbook in filthy burlap sack. You shouldn't smoke, kid, said Izzy. Please, sir, I need that back. The Koopman's still in pajamas, just rolled down out of bed. Did Noelle see the Globe's secret? What had the orphans said? What's the plan for this delinquent? What punishment's proper? Portia said, please don't be foolish. We're going to adopt her.